and welcome to this session, which is a yoga based routine with a little focus on working maybe more strongly through the core than you would if you were just doing a well-rounded yoga session. It's quite important for a lot of the yoga poses and for just being supported well through your day-to-day living to work on having adequate strength from the core. So this should help take us a few steps closer toward that. We're going to start off with your hands and knees, and maybe a blanket under your knees possibly if you need some padding. Spread your palms just to the wider part of your shoulders and begin with some cat-cow arches. So you inhale as you slightly raise up through the bottom of the head, and exhale as you tuck under through your bottom of your head. Inhale as you look forward, shoulders roll back a little. Exhale as you round out and push into the palms. One more. Feel that movement really working through your spine. Keep your spine rounded, bring your knees a bit closer together. And bring your right knee underneath. So you're scooping your belly as high as you can to give yourself space for the right knee to come under. Then send the right leg back as you inhale, look forwards. Exhale, give that space underneath, push into your palms. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, ribs pulling up, one more of those. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, knees scooping under as close to your head as you can, hold it there. Scoop the belly higher. Place that knee back down to the floor. Send your left knee toward the forehead. And then the left leg back as you inhale. Exhale, knee under. Inhale, leg back. Palms are still spread, arms stay straight. Remember to use the core to help you give the leg space to tuck under. When you next bring the knee under, we're going to keep it there. Press into the palms, press into your knee on the floor, lift the ribs up, draw in the belly, and then place that knee down to the floor. Step one leg back, straighten that leg out with the toes tucked, and then just feel as you push into the hands, your rib cage pushing slightly further away from the ground, your ribs tucking in, your belly firming. Keep everything firm as that second leg steps back, and the hips ideally should have stayed where they were. Keep your gaze slightly further forwards on the mat, and you're going to keep your inner palms pressed to the ground as you bend your elbows and lower all the way down. Your plank stays in one piece as you land on the ground. Arms down by your side, forehead on the floor. So just drawing up the pelvic floor muscles into the lower belly, straighten your legs and then lift your head, your chest, your arms, everything up off the ground. Keep your gaze so the back of the neck stays long, so your gaze may be just a foot or so ahead along the ground. Roll the shoulders back and reach your arms long to the fingertips. And then see if you can lengthen your legs from the hip sockets, down the thigh bones, through your knees, your shins, your ankles, lengthen the top of your foot, your toes. And then lower down, place your hands next to the rib cage and push your bottom to your heels. A moment in a child's pose with your arms extended in front. And into a downward facing dog with the hips lifted. Relax the head. And we'll have your feet a little narrower than you might normally have in your downward dog. So let's say maybe 2 or 3 inches apart from each other. And same thing, right leg in the air first. Then we're going to bring the right knee under towards your nose or your forehead and scoop forwards. Lift the ribs high. Inhale, leg goes up in the air. Exhale, knee towards your nose or knee towards your face. Inhale, you push your weight back as the leg lifts. Exhale, you move your weight forwards. One more of those, and we're going to hold it forwards this time. So I'm rolling on my left toes to push me forwards. Hold it here and press the body up. Scoop in the belly like you've got this little hook on the back of your belly button lifting you to the ceiling, and then send that leg back down to the floor. Lift both hips evenly. Other side. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, knee towards your forehead. So your head stays resting or relaxing, the whole time through this. Just let your head be neutral. Inhale, leg in the air. Exhale, scoop in the belly as your knee comes forwards. You really want to feel you're using the ground to press your belly up, scoop the ribs in. And last time, as you come forward this time, hold. Knee towards your nose or your face. scoop up the belly, press into the ground, and then send that leg back. Really feel how you are rolling on your toes then to move your weight forwards and backwards. That will help when you step forwards later. So look up at the top of your mat and take as many steps as you want to. So make your way up with your feet hip distance, hands on your shins, and then stretch your spine forwards, a flat back position. And then fold from the hips, let your hands come toward the floor or the back of the legs. Open your arms wide, come all the way up and look up toward the hands. And then hands in a prayer position as you look forwards, bring your arms down by your side. Your feet are at the same distance apart as the two bony points on the front of your pelvis. So we're going to have the feet that distance as you sit down into Utkatasana, chair. So we're sitting the hips back, reaching along through your arms. Hold another breath there. And you want to stay nice and even through the soles of the feet, even on the inner edge and the outer edge. And then fold forwards, place your hands down to the ground. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step your right leg back to half a plank, spread your palms. Then the left leg back to a full plank, look slightly forwards. Bend your elbows and lower your firm plank all the way down to the ground. And either arms by your side or bring your arms into a cactus shape by the sides of your head and lift everything up off the floor, head, chest, arms, legs. Then see if you can make your tummy a little bit lighter on the ground. Reach long through your legs, so less about height, more about length. Slight opening in your chest. One more breath. As you come down, place the hands by the sides of the rib cage. Bend your legs so your toes point to the ceiling. Roll your shoulders back and press into your hands as you push up to a half plank position. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Smooth, deep, even breaths and complete one more round of breath there. At the end of your exhale, look forward, step with your right and push with your left toes, and then the left leg follows. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, arms open as you come up, maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands in a prayer position and gaze forwards. Sit down into your chair, so making sure that your feet again are in the right position so your legs, knees point forwards in line with the feet. Lengthen the inner edge of your arms, spread your palms, lengthen your fingers. And then fold forwards, hands toward the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step your left leg back. Inhale, step your right leg to a full plank. Exhale, bend your elbows and lower through Chaturanga Dandasana all the way to the floor. Arms in a cactus shape, or you can leave your arms back down by where they were. Lift your head, chest, your arms and legs. Reach long through the legs and then maybe extend your arms forwards, thumbs pointing toward the ceiling. So reach your fingertips and the toe tips away from each other and then gently draw in at the centre. Place your hands back down by the sides of the rib cage, tuck your toes under, straighten your knees, and we're pushing up to a plank so shoulders roll back. Press into your hands, lift to plank, downward facing dog. Breathe through your nose. At the end of your exhale, look forwards and step with your left leg first and make your right toes push forward so that they can follow. 2 big steps up to the top of the mat. Bend over. Inhale, arms open, come all the way up. Exhale, a prayer position, look forwards. Sit down into your chair, hips feel like they're going to sit all the way to the floor as your arms reach up. And then we're going to keep going lower and lower and lower. Let your knees open wide and come down to sitting. Use your arms if you're going to fall. And then lean back a little bit on your sit bones and lift your feet up. Squeeze your legs together. Scoop in your lower belly. Roll your arm bones back to the shoulders. Lift and open your chest. So just a modified boat pose. Boat pose is normally done with the legs straight. For this first one, just legs bent. Because we're going to take this boat down to the ground. So your knees come towards you as you roll onto your lower back and come all the way down. And then see if you can just hold it here. Arms now go down parallel to the floor, palms face the ground. Lift the chest up toward the thighs. Squeeze your legs together. Hold it here with your chest trying to look towards your thighs. Keep squeezing your inner legs towards each other. And then as you take your head and shoulders back down to the ground, lift your arms and legs in the air loosely. So arms floppy, legs floppy. And it's nice to keep them floppy because we're going to wrap them around each other. If you're going with tight arms and legs, then it's harder for them to wrap. So floppy arms, floppy legs. First of all, cross your right leg around your left leg like ivy. It's going to wrap as far around your left leg as it can go. Let them bend. And then your right arm underneath your left arm and let that wrap around as far as it will go. Aim to get your palms together, but just as far as you can manage. Lift the elbows, press the forearms away from the face. And then, so this is eagle pose on your back. We're going to take it into a little abdominal crunch. So as you lift your head, shoulders and your bottom, try and get the knees and the elbows to meet. And then lower back down again. 5 more. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Unravel, let your arms and legs open a little bit wider than your body. And then your left leg crosses all the way over and round your right leg. And your left arm under your right arm. Inhale. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. Try and keep your palms pressing against each other with the fingertips pointing behind the head and the little fingers pointing to the ceiling. When you've done your last one, unravel, open your arms and legs a little bit wider, and then bring them back in together again. Hold around the back of the legs, press your thighs forwards and roll back and forwards on your spine a couple of times. And then when you next roll, stay up sitting. Plant your feet hip distance, hands behind, a reverse tabletop. It's prep for a later pose. Spread out your palms, open your shoulders and lift the hips. Keep your feet grounded, so try not to roll out on the outer edge of your feet. Press the inner edge of the hands, the inner edge of the feet. And then as you lower your bottom back down to the floor, cross your legs over, hands to the top of your mat. Step or take a little jump back to a downward facing dog or a plank position, chaturanga. And then upward dog, top of the feet, straighten your arms. And then downward dog. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Step your right, then your left. Inhale with a flat back. Exhale, fold over your legs. Bend your knees a little and open your arms as you come all the way up. Look forwards. So eagle in your standing balance. If you can take a little squat down through your legs. And let's do the arms first, and then we can work on the balance through the legs. So right arm wraps under your left arm, and wrap them as far around as they can go. Then pick up the elbows and press the forearms away from the face. Wrap your right leg around your left leg as far around as it will go, and tuck the toes if you can around the back of the calf. Sit down with your hips, but keep your spine upwards. Gaze straight forwards, or even through your arms if your arms are right in front of your face. Breathe, one more round of breath. And then unravel your arms and legs as you lift back up again. Bring your arms down. Take a little softening into your knees. Wrap your left arm underneath your right. As far round with the arms as you can go. Ideally get your palms to meet, fingers point up. And then cross your left leg over your right leg. Wrap the foot round as far as it will go. So sit down in your legs. Lift through the chest. Lift through the elbows. Push forward with the forearms. Turn the thumbs towards your face. And then unravel the arms and legs as you lift up, feet hip distance. Bend forwards at your hips, hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back. Downward facing dog. Now walk your hands back towards your feet. And then as your hands come towards your feet, bend your knees a little, swoop your arms forwards and lift all the way up to standing. As you come up to standing, step forwards with your right leg, bend that right leg a little, straighten out your arms, straighten out the back leg, and we're bringing that floor pose that we did earlier on your tummy into a standing version. So as you tip your body forwards from your standing hip, lift the back leg, lengthen your toe tips and your fingertips away from each other. Keep the back of the pelvis feeling level. Keep strong in the core and your abdomen, so there's a little reaching, drawing inwards through the belly. Step toward the back of the mat, lift your arms back up in the air, and then step your feet back together, arms back down by your side. Step your left leg forwards, bend the front leg, lift your arms up by the sides of the head. As you lean forwards in that front leg, lift the back leg off the ground, straighten your standing leg if you're able to, and then work strongly at getting that back leg to lift. Reach long through the thigh bone, the knee, the shin, the ankle, the toes. Open out the chest. Bend your standing leg, step back again, step your feet to the back of the mat, open your arms, nod your chin down, and then place your hands back down to the floor. Walk forwards to a downward facing dog. Take a gaze up to the top of your mat. Step your left, then your right. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, arms open wide, look up. Exhale, hands in a prayer position, look forwards. Inhale, sit into your chair, arms by the sides of the head. And then keep sitting down, 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 down. See if you can let your legs open as you sit your bottom to the floor. Lean back into your boat position with your legs just lifting. Relax the shoulders back and down. Squeeze the legs together, and let's take this now into a full boat. So legs straighten out, scoop in the lower belly. We have the boat pose with the legs lifted, and we can take that down, so we scoop under the pelvis and then extend the arms and legs away. And if you can hold that one with your hands behind your head, please do, but scoop the bottom under, try and get the sacrum to go to the ground, squeeze your legs. And then arms forwards, pick your butt back up in the air again. And then we're going to lower your feet down to the floor, roll your spine down to the ground. And as you come down, take your arms out wide, palms face downwards. Straighten your left leg on the ground and bring your right leg up in the air. Flex both feet and then pull the thigh bones into the hip sockets and see if that left leg can just lift about an inch off the ground. Lift that left leg up and lower your right leg down. Lift your right leg up, lower your left leg down. Lift as you exhale, lower as you inhale. Lift as you exhale, lower as you inhale. As you're doing this, try and keep the sides of your waist toward the ground. Your ribs stay in the abdomen, try not to let them pop out. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. So you want to feel like your pubic bone is stitched towards your rib cage, and we try not to stretch those stitches from the pubic bone to the rib cage. One more each leg. Then keep both legs up in the air. Lift your head and shoulders, arms by the sides of the body parallel to the ground. And then we want the chest to lift toward the thighs. Squeeze your legs firmly together. Keep squeezing the legs in, keep drawing up through the chest. Hold behind the legs, bend the knees, and then press forward so that as you roll up, we're going to straighten the legs out with the heels together, hands behind, fingers point forward. Remember we did a bent leg version of this earlier, so that might be more applicable for some people. Open out the chest. This is a stronger version. So as you lift, you're going to try and roll over the heels and reach your feet away from you. So roll over the heels, reach the feet away, open the chest, press into the inner edge of your hands, and then take the gaze slightly back. Keep squeezing in through the legs, engage your thighs. And then lower the hips back down to the floor. Bring your bottom a bit closer towards your heels and then roll your spine down. As you roll your spine down to the ground, we'll finish off with a bridge, so feet quite close to the bottom. Press into the back of your arms and roll your hips up off the ground. And then just bring a bit more connection through your upper back by walking your arms a bit closer underneath you. As you spread into your chest, we want to really press down through the arms. Press into the feet to keep your legs sturdy. If you feel okay here and that's enough, just do that. Otherwise, right leg comes up, extend the right leg in the air. The hips stay fixed where they are. You're using both arms. You can feel your palms pressing into the ground. Bend that leg, return that foot to the floor. Stabilise that leg as you bring the other knee up and then a full leg extension. Slight point in the ankle. Keep your hips level. Both arms working. Your one supporting leg working. Bend the knee, return the foot to the floor. And then open the arms a bit more for space to roll down, down, down. Good. Draw both knees into your chest. Draw the hips down toward the bottom end of your mat. Lower your feet as wide as your mat. Knees still bent, and drop your knees toward the right. Open your arms out wide and look over to your left hand. Try lengthening your left thigh. Come back into centre. Lower the legs over to the left. Turn your head and look out to your right hand. Try and go long through your right thigh. And then back into centre. And then tuck the tailbone long. Straighten your legs about as wide as your mat. Hold behind your head and lift your head off the ground just to lengthen out the back of your neck. So you're kind of giving the back of your neck a little massage. Stretch the back of the neck as you lower your head to the floor. Release your arms, palms upwards. A little shimmy through your body so the back of your body feels nice and open against the ground. Closing your eyes. And let every part of you relax. Notice your body moving with your breath. The slight expansion of your abdomen and your chest as you breathe in. The softening of your abdomen and chest as you breathe out. As you exhale, relax your face between your eyebrows, across your cheeks. Relax your lips, your jaw, your tongue. Feel the skin of your body light and silky. So any lines of tension that can build up, try and let those smooth away, just like silk over your skin. Feel your bones dropping to the back of your body, and the back of your body sinking a little deeper to the earth. Count down 5 slow, deep breaths. When you get to your last breath, complete the exhalation fully. And then begin to move your fingers and your toes. Give your head a little turn side to side. Turn your legs in and out a couple of times. And then bend the knees, feet flat to the floor. Roll over to your right side. And press into your left hand as you make your way up to sitting. Thank you for joining me. Have a lovely, strong and happy day.